to be sterile in our life of faith. Because we're going to a desert for whatever reason. And so we believe that there's nothing more that we can give. There's nothing more that we can There's nothing more that we can do. But God always has a plan for all of us. The fig tree in today's gospel is an excellent example of just how four of our police officers marched out. We can lose the fellowship. We can even cease to give fruit. But the lesson to be learned from this does God give up on us. He never does. Because His love. This is because He is kind. Because He is merciful. And He never gives up on us, and He never abandons us. He is always there for us. As I prepare for today's homily, as I always do, I Google on Reader's Digest. I love Reader's Digest. Especially in the 1950s. That should tell you all that. And there's a little story there that I found so appropriate for us today. A young girl brings her home to meet the folks. And of course, mom and dad are circumventing everything. Their eyes are glued on the young man. And they question him very respectfully about things in his life, whether he's in school, whether he is working, what is happening with his life, etc., etc. The following day, at breakfast time, Mom asked Darlene, her daughter, Darlene, dear, do you think this young man is proper for you? Look, he doesn't study. He's not working. He's had a kind of a rough time in life for his young age. He's had a few run-ins with the law. Honey, I'm not going to tell you how to run your life, but can you think about the things that bring into your attention as you assess where you might go with this relationship in life? And I believe that her mom and dad said, Mom, did you know that he's doing 500 community service hours free at Deer Park? You see, there are many ways of looking at life. Darlene saw the goodness of the young man. Certainly, he was doing 500 hours of free community service at the park because of his run-ins with the law. I like that. She saw something beyond. And she didn't judge. Did Christ come for those who needed help, or for those who were doing okay? Look at the first scene. Would you have chosen Moses to be the prophet, to give the law? Think about it. Was he not a murderer? He was a murderer. He had committed the sin of killing, homicide. He ran from the law. He was a fugitive of law in the land of Egypt. So where did God see Moses? A very contrite heart. A very repentant heart. He didn't see the sterile fig tree in Moses. He saw the potentiality of how removing the ground and watering and fertilizing it could once again give good fruit. It might take a while. And in His love, in His kindness, and in His mercy, God patiently moved the heart of Moses. Moses became an instrument of goodness for the Lord our God. He is among the greatest of prophets, for God chose him to liberate His people from slavery. God chose him to be our lawgiver. The one who will tell us, this is what the Lord desires from us. These are the don'ts, not to burden our life, rather to help us along the way of life. So that each and every day we can do a little bit better today than we did yesterday. Darlene, in her innocent faith, she did judge the young man. She saw goodness and the potentiality for even better things in life. Disturbing of the goodness, of the trust, of the kindness, of the mercy of God. Look at St. Paul. Would you have chosen Saul to be a pillar of our faith? Like Moses. He was a treacherous murderer. How many deaths of Christian innocent did his have with bloody hands? He persecuted us, left and right. In his misguided vision, that it was for the greater glory of God. But God did not give up on them. God tapped into his heart and yes, blinded him to the world, so as to force him to see through the eyes of goodness and of love of his heart. And those that God had asked to come to help Saul were spared from alive. They had already judged the man and wanted nothing to do with him. He's condemned. He carries the demonic plague with him. He is the angel of death for the Christians. Don't even look about him, lest you see the face of death. That's not what God saw. God saw his child who needed help. God saw his son that needed the community of faith, us, to embrace him with the love of God, with the mercy of God, trusting that the Lord desires the best of us, for all of us, to be shared by one another. And in the process of the kindness, of the love, and the mercy of God, Saul was converted in his heart. And he became a pillar of our faith in teaching us the teachings of the Lord our God through his Son, our Lord Jesus Christ. The Pharisees, the scribes, the teachers of the law of Jesus' time, just like us, like many of us today, fail to see the potentiality of goodness in the brothers and the sisters, and concentrate. Don't take her out. Don't take her out, please. No aside, please. The potentiality of the love. You know, parents, this is the family mass. And a family mass means that children come together. And they're going to cry, and they're going to eat, and they're going to feel cold and feel hot. And they're children of God. And when we hasten to leave the church, we're not really truly kind, loving, or merciful. And it really sends me off, as you can tell. I may not have biological kids, but trust me, all of you are my kids. Jesus teaches us not to judge by the appearance. Yes, the fig tree that he encountered on his way to Jerusalem as he's going through Galilee doesn't have any polish. The fig tree has not given any fruit in the last 3 years. And Jesus decides that we pour our tears of our pain and our suffering to be the water that will nourish the ground. Our that will bring foliage to the old fig tree. He desires that the love that is in us as a seed of the presence of God in our life be shared, so that the fig tree of the brother and the sister, or in us, will give good fruit. Okay, that's fine. The story of the fig tree is a reminder of us, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And the assurance of a loving God that He will not give up on us. There is a beautiful sonata from St. John of the Cross that we should always remember in our hearts. It goes like this. In the winter of our life,